yeah, I basically wanted to tell people the one downside of doing the same day any dentures, whether they're the snap-ins or if you do like regular dentures, doing them the same day, usually you're not going to get a perfect result. And it's just it just sucks in my situation because they didn't show me my teeth before the surgery day. And that's one of the biggest cons, I guess. And that was one of the biggest sources of my anxiety. The only reason that I could get through and trust them is because every time I called or whatever, they would put the doctor on the phone with me to reassure me that I'm going to love them and they're going to be really white. But for me, like, I like to see the numbers and I want to see the shade chart and I want to look in the mirror and see what one they chose and what my options were. And I may ask them how much it would cost to remake them because I know you can't whiten dentures. And so, I mean, I just don't want to come off as like a unappreciative, ungrateful person, because I'm really grateful, and he did a really amazing job with my surgery, I have to say. Like, very well done. I'm not in pain. I'm very swollen. But he was great in surgery. He helped me stop hyperventilating. That was a really big deal. I'm going to make another video talking about the whole surgery, but like I said before, just because I bring up things that I don't like does not mean that I regret this. It would take a lot for me to regret it. I'm happy I did it, and they aren't perfect. They're a work in progress, just like the rest of me. So, anyways, that's it. And just something to keep in mind for anyone who's thinking about doing the all-in-one-day thing. Maybe some of the things that I'm finding out are things other people can avoid. That's why I do these videos. So, I hope it helps somebody. And see you later. So, I wanted to update on my first checkup that I went to the day after my surgery. So, the last video that I did was done hours after surgery, and I pointed some things out that were off and bothering me, so they had me come back in the next day. And I saw the doctor that day, and he pretty much said that I'm crazy if I think they're not white enough, and I'm crazy if I think the gum color is too dark, but it's probably just blood clotting. And he pretty much was like, what are you looking at? They look beautiful, perfect. So I did try to show him how this is very crooked and really low on one side, and then these are kind of angled that way, like my jaw. But even at rest, my jaw doesn't shut all the way now. It looks like this. So when I go to the office tomorrow, I'm gonna walk in and go like this, like, until they take me seriously, because I didn't used to look like that. So he saw me the day after and said, there's only so much you can do the very next day. They're not, you're dreaming if you think you're going to have perfect dentures the next day. That's what he said. He said, if you think you're getting perfect teeth, perfect dentures, one day after surgery, you are dreaming. So forgive me for thinking I was buying a smile that I got to pick myself. And on Friday, I'm going to mention something that was bothering me that I did call the office about prior to surgery, but I'm not sure if I've mentioned yet. When they picked my shade, it was the day that I went there for my consultation, the same day that they got us financing, and the day they were doing impressions because we got financing. So they set me up to do the impressions that day. And as the nurse is doing my lower and the doctor doing the upper, they're both holding them in my mouth. And the doctor says, you like the current shade of your teeth, like my partial? I'm like, I can't talk because I'm doing impressions that I want to be done nicely. So he said, okay. And then he held up the shade card. Like, how they hold the shade card up. And, hold on, sorry. They hold the shade card up to your teeth, like, so they can compare. He kind of did that, like, real quick, and he's like, okay, well, that's a bleach one, like, how about this? And kind of just put it up over my face, like, real quick, this be something or other, and then he said, that's good. And then I didn't even know what it was, and I said, well, what shade was it? And he said, don't worry, we do this every day. They're going to be beautiful, white, perfect teeth. And that day, that was, like, the impressions day, I figured there's probably time to call or make changes if I have to. So I left really excited. And the more I thought about it, the more I said to myself, like, I don't feel like I picked the color of the teeth myself, and I didn't even get to really look at the card and know what everything was, or look at myself in the mirror with the tooth in front of my fucking face. I didn't do that. So I had called the office, and every time I would call prior to surgery, they would ask the doctor probably to see what he'd want to tell me, and end up with the doctor would get on the phone and talk to me himself, which did help calm my anxiety. And after I called a couple times asking for before and after pictures, they finally emailed me some pictures, like 4. And I had also told the girl I'm concerned about them not being white enough, and I'm concerned about the gum color because I've never seen it and I don't know what they look like. I'd really like to see how it looks on people. And in the email it said that they don't want me to be worried about the gum color. They said that they don't want me to be worrying about the shade of the teeth or the gums, and the specific wording, it said, Dr. Shatkins picked with you a pretty white shade, and we're very confident that you'll be very happy with your smile, or something like that. And so the first time that I got to see the teeth myself was the morning of surgery, laying there getting my nitrous. That is one downside of doing it this way, for real, because my anxiety was through the roof, not knowing what it even looked like and what to expect. And it just sucks that that's the first time I saw it, because I'm in a very vulnerable position where I want it so badly. I'm sitting there ready for surgery, and then I see the teeth, and it's not like I could say no then, but you would trust and hope that they'd be able to fix and alter things if you need them fixed. For example, if I were to just look down, can you see how crooked my top teeth are? And then how attractive. Like, what is going on here? I think they need to be down lower. The bottom ones. Is that all? Would that help? It's hard to tell what the actual issue is for real. I really don't know. I'm interested and curious to see what the doctor says and what they will say is possible to fix. I mean, I'm a little scared that they're just going to say, well, this is as good as it gets and you're crazy if you think that's not gorgeous and beautiful. Basically, tomorrow I will go see a different dentist, because when I was there the day after surgery, Dr. Shatkins told his staff to put me with Dr. something that I forgot his name. So he set me up for my first adjustment appointment to be with this other doctor that works there, dentist I mean, and I'm not sure why, but I'm sure I'll find out, I guess. I mean, I can ask why when I get there. Maybe Dr. Shatkins is in surgery. But anyway, tomorrow is my first appointment for adjustments, where they're going to take these out and start working on them, and so I'll definitely update after that. And if you made it through all my rambling, you're a real one. But anyway, I appreciate everybody. If you do have more questions or things you want me to talk about in future videos, please comment. And if you want to stay up to date, make sure you subscribe. And thank you very much. Have a great night.